Hello, GH fans. If you thought Port Charles was going to enjoy even one calm week, think again. Secrets are piling up, loyalties are cracking, and just about everyone is lying straight to someone's face while pretending everything is under control. Spoiler alert, it's not. Let's start with a Quartermaine classic. Tracy Quartermaine makes her grand return, fresh off a luxurious European escape. She's relaxed, refreshed, and completely unprepared for the chaos she's about to walk into. Tracy strolls in expecting gossip, maybe a family argument or two, but instead she's met with awkward silences and half-truths. Ned tries to downplay things with the vague, health scare excuse, hoping to move on quickly. But Tracy Quartermaine does not accept vague, ever. She pushes until the truth spills out. Ned suffered a heart attack. And that's when the temperature in the room drops. Tracy is furious, not because she wasn't there to help medically, but because she was excluded. In Tracy's world, being left out is the ultimate betrayal. Ned insists there was no point in interrupting her trip, and claims she couldn't have changed the outcome anyway. Technically true, but logic has never calmed Tracy Quartermaine. This isn't about Ned's health. It's about control. Tracy hates being the last to know, especially when it comes to family and business. Expect emotional manipulation, icy lectures, and possibly a verbal ambush that feels like a lawsuit without paperwork. The Quartermaine war room is officially back in session. Meanwhile, over at General Hospital, Britt Westbourne is doing what Britt does best, pretending everything is perfectly fine. Unfortunately for her, Emma Scorpio Drake is not fooled for even a second. Britt puts on a polite, calm front, but Emma sees straight through it. She basically tells Britt she's not buying the performance. And let's be honest, Emma's skepticism is well-earned. Britt has spent years smiling sweetly while plotting behind the scenes. The Westbourne track record speaks for itself. This feels like the beginning of another classic GH storyline, where a character insists they're fine while everything underneath is quietly falling apart. Britt may be trying to stay in control, but Emma's watchful eyes suggest the cracks are already showing. At the PCPD, Dante is unraveling. He opens up about his guilt surrounding Rocco's legal trouble, and it's eating him alive. Dante blames himself, replaying every decision and wondering where he went wrong. That level of guilt in Port Charles is dangerous, because it usually leads to reckless choices. When someone is desperate to fix a mistake, they often create a much bigger one. And Dante looks like he's heading straight down that path. Now let's talk about Sonny Corinthos, because when Sonny starts applying pressure, things get dark fast. Sonny corners ADA Justine Turner and pushes her to drop the charges, particularly those connected to Rocco, now that Professor Hank Dalton has mysteriously vanished. Turner doesn't outright accuse Sonny, but she makes it very clear she's not naive. The implication hangs heavy in the air. But here's the truth. Sonny isn't the real monster in this story. Sidwell is. Sidwell is the one who killed Dalton and planted the body in Laura Collins' car. Yes, the mayor of Port Charles is unknowingly trapped in a nightmare-level blackmail situation. Sidwell now owns the narrative and he's tightening his grip. His next demand? Sonny must hand over his allies. And if that wasn't twisted enough, Sidwell may force Laura to publicly frame it as her idea, selling it as a noble decision made for the good of the city. In other words, a staged confession wrapped in political lipstick. Laura stepping in front of a microphone might look like leadership, but behind the scenes, it's pure coercion. Sidwell isn't just manipulating the truth, he's deciding who gets to survive. Over at Carly's place, another ticking time bomb is quietly waiting to explode. Valentine insists he can handle being alone. Carly shuts that idea down immediately. In her mind, leaving Valentine unattended isn't just reckless, it's dangerous. She refuses to back off, and their dynamic turns into a mix of tension, strategy, and unspoken fear. They discuss Brennan, and the spoilers hint that betrayal is coming fast. The kind that doesn't come from enemies, but from inside the circle. Those are always the worst. Carly's overprotective instincts may seem excessive now, but don't ignore them. GH history has taught us that Carly's gut feelings usually matter. Her refusal to leave Valentine alone could end up being the difference between survival and disaster. Because here's the scary part. The next time Laura Collins steps up to address the public, it may not just be her words that are controlled. Sidwell might be controlling the entire outcome, the story, the fallout, and the lives caught in the crossfire. Port Charles isn't just dealing with secrets anymore. It's